I am surrounded by chaos.
I'm sorry. No, we couldn't do it.
I'm still having to force myself to just read in general. Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Brianna and this is For Pause in a Book. I make book and lifestyle related content, so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. Today is the start of Rom-Com-athon. Okay, excuse the chaos in here. I'm probably hearing Shotzi in the background. Every time I take the camera out, they're like, oh my god, I must pant right in front of you. So it is Rom-Com-athon. It is basically a week of just reading romances, romantic comedies, and I am here for it. I am going to try to read 7 books in 7 days. If you remember from like the old school contemporary-athon, when everyone tried to do that, that's what we're trying to do today. Or not today, but this week. So, I've already started 2 books. Last night, I started Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail. I have an arc of this, and already I'm loving it. Astrid is just so relatable. I have a feeling that I'm going to relate to her so much. And Jordan has tarot cards. We love her. It's so great. So, I got to about 12% of that last night. And I started early. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And then this morning I started the audiobook of Fumbled by Alexa Martin. I'm only on like chapter 3 of this one though, so I'm not too far into that. Don't have a whole lot to talk about yet. But yeah, I'm going to jump on some sprints in about an hour with Eva. And we'll go from there. So, I will talk to you later.
Hello, it is 4:10 on Monday, and I'm surrounded by Halloween decor, but it's fine. It's 4 o'clock. I've spent a few hours with Aoife and Michelle on sprints this morning, and then I had to go run some errands, do some stuff, and I wanted to check in with you. I am about 60% of the way through Fumbled by Alexa Martin. This is like a football romance, and I'm not loving it right now. There's been a couple of things that have been like, that was a choice. When she's just describing certain things, like just some very like heteronormative things. Like, he's a boy, he's supposed to be rough, you have to let him play football. Like, okay. So there was that, and then it's a second chance romance, which is not my favorite trope, and I don't think it's being done very well. So anyways, that's where we're at. I am also about 20% of the way through Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail. I'm probably going to sit down and read a little bit more of that. I have puppy class tonight, so up until then, I think that's what I'm going to do. I need to upload some footage for some other videos, and maybe start editing those, but in between, we will just do some reading. That's the update for right now.
Good morning. It's Thursday. I have not vlogged since Monday. Fine, don't worry about it. It's been a long week. Today's gonna be a really long day. It's fine, don't worry about it. I have finished 2 books. I'm really close to finishing another one. I should have finished it last night, but then I tried to edit a video, which ended up also not happening because part of the film part of the outro got corrupted and I didn't have time to refilm it. It's fine, don't worry about it. So I did finish 2 books, and I'm really close to finishing another one, and then I'm about halfway through another one. So maybe we can finish books today. I don't know. We shall see. The first one I finished was Fumbled by Alexa Martin. I gave this one 3 stars. I think it was fine for a second chance romance. I think that there are books that have done that trope better. I think that there are books that have done the like football / like CTE concussion conversation better. So, I mean, it's by far not my favorite, but it's fine. It was fun. Ace, which is the like a 10-year-old kid that like they had as a teenager, but he didn't know about. He was an adorable character, and seeing TK like as a dad, I think was adorable. I don't know. What I liked about Intercepted was like really like the football part of it, right? There was a lot more football in the romance. She only went to like one game, and like, I don't know, it wasn't as much football, and I wanted more football. I appreciated the conversation about like concussions and CTE, but I think that The Right Swipe by Alicia Rye does that conversation better. And I wasn't so much a fan of the ending. I am never in favor of someone having to change themselves or change something about themselves to be in a relationship. And I felt that we did that. So, wasn't my favorite. Then I read My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey, and I gave this one 2.5 stars. I really didn't like this one at all. I thought that there was a lot of red flags. Miles as a character is just a prick. His views on vibrators are a red flag. And like, honestly, Taylor, is that what her name was? She was just a naive, dumb bitch. And like, grated on my nerves a little bit. So that wasn't my favorite Tessa Bailey. I kind of knew that going into it. I did not have high expectations for this book at all. And we'll just move on, right? And then I am really close to finishing Thank You for Listening by Julia Whelan. I've been listening to this on audio. It's a really funny book. There have been times where I've like chuckled listening to it, but right now it's sitting at about a 3.5 star. It's a fine romance. I think it's, like I said, I think it's really funny. I also really like the disability rep in it. She was in an accident and she lost her eye. So there's a lot of conversation about that, like both in like how you are, like your appearance, because she was an actor and then she went into audiobook narrating. That's, you know, because she has a big scar on her face and doesn't have one of her eyes. So I really appreciated that. Obviously not representation that you see very often. I also liked liked is maybe the wrong word, appreciated the conversation and the kind of the backstory of Shawnee's grandmother and her having to deal with her grandmother having dementia and having to put her into a memory care unit. And like, that's something that a lot of millennials understand because our grandparents are like starting to get to be that point. So I appreciated that. I think that that's done really well. Sitting at like a high 3.5, like could potentially be a 4 star. That's where we're at right now. I think I'm like 80% of the way through it. And then, like I said, I'm about 50% of the way through Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail, and I'm loving this book. I honestly can't remember what I talked about last time, but I will die for Astrid Parker. She is just my heart and soul. So, I do need to get going. I have to teach class today. Then I have a fantasy football draft this evening. So today's going to be a long day. Probably not going to finish a book. Or at least not maybe finish up Thank You for Listening. That's probably the only thing that we'll get done today.
Hello. Happy Friday. I'm coming to you Friday evening, I guess. We're going to have to make this a very productive weekend because the last 2 days have not really worked for me. So I did finish Thank You for Listening by Julia Whelan. I ended up giving this one 4 stars. I actually ended up really liking this one, and I really liked the author's note at the end. And it was kind of interesting to see how she was like trying to make sure that it wasn't her own like life. She was trying really hard to not be a self-insert. So I really liked that. I appreciated that. And yeah, this was a good read. It was a fun time. And then I was having a really hard time like just focusing on books today, right? So I tried reading husband material. It's not working with me, and I'm already going into it with such low expectations because I know that Cal really didn't like it, and Cal likes everything that Alexis Hall puts out, and so I have very low expectations because I only gave boyfriend material 3.5 stars, I think. Maybe 4 stars, I can't remember, but it's not like one that's really stuck with me, and so husband material is just not one that I was super excited to get to. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to start Set on You by Amy Leah. Because this was for a video project that I was going to try to do. And I DNF'd this at chapter 3 because the love interest has a dog named Albus Doodledore. As a doodle breeder, that is a hate crime. That's a hate crime. I'm sorry. No, we couldn't do it. I returned the book to Audible because I can't. Was this book written when? 2022? This was a 2022 release, right? Yeah. The 2020 year of our Lord 2022. Can we not? So I guess it's coming off of my TBR, but no. I also really didn't I wasn't driving with the book to begin with. The love interest, like the way that you meet them, he became so unlikable, and he was just kind of a dick to all women. And I was like, I don't know that we can recover from that, especially with the name of a dog called Albus Doodledore. No. So we did after that book. So that's fun. So I don't know what I'm gonna read. I'm gonna do Sprints tonight. I'm gonna read Astrid Parker. We're gonna try to maybe finish that one tonight. That would be nice. I'm not sure how far along I am though, because I haven't even picked it up since Wednesday. Yesterday was such a long day, and because it's an ARC, I don't have an audiobook for it. So, there's that. Okay, I went to Target today because I had to get some tennis shoes, and I went and got food, and then they had Halloween decorations. So I bought some of those. Even though I already have Halloween decorations, I'm very excited to decorate my new shelves. Very excited for this. So let me just show you what I got. The first thing I got is not actually Halloween, but they are bookends of dogs that look like Doyle. They are Doyle. So I got those. Very excited about those. Everything else is Halloween or fall. I got these cute little pumpkins that are the teal, like the same teal color and the complementary colors of my chair. So I think that'll look really good on a shelf back here. This is another teal thing. This is just so pretty. It's just very fall, right? Like that's gonna go, it's perfect, right? I got these little like bottles, like potion bottle things. I'm loving the jewel tones this season. I got these tiny little potion bottles. I don't know what I'm going to do with them other than they're going to make really good Instagram pictures. But we have ghost breath, and they have like glitter inside them, and dragon scales. So that was really adorable. I don't know what I'm going to do. You're not going to be able to see them in a video, but they will make really good Instagram pictures. This little lantern. So cute. It does light up, but I don't think it has batteries right now. But it does light up. I just don't know how. I got this pumpkin that says, let's snuggle and watch scary movies. That's really cute. They also had this on a pillow, but it was, I want a black and white pillow for this chair, and they didn't have, it was only in orange, and I wanted black and white. So another one of these potion bottle things with the YA snake. That was a big thing a couple years ago. So I thought that was kind of funny. And then Witch's Brew, a little mug. So, yeah. Oh, and then lastly, a couple more little potion bottles that are clear. It says Wicked Thorns and Hocus Focus. So, I don't know what I'm going to do with them. We're going to do a whole fall Halloween bookshelf decorating video. And we're just going to let the creativity flow. Anyways, I don't know what I'm doing with this, but I'm gonna get ready for sprints. We're doing that in a little less than an hour. So I will talk to you later, and we'll convene then.
Hello, happy Sunday. It's about noon on Sunday, and it's the last day of Rom-Com-athon. I obviously haven't done 7 and 7. I think I've only finished 4 books this week. Was it even 4? Maybe, I don't know. I feel a little bit burned out, and I don't think that it's just Rom-Com-athon's fault. I think that it's, I've been trying to read so many books. I think I'm at like 22, 23 books. So I just am like done. I'm kind of done reading. I'm still in the middle of Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail. I am going to finish this one today. But it's like, I'm really, really loving the book when I'm reading it. Like it's going to be a 5-star read. But it's just like, I'm still having to force myself to just read in general, right? I'm over reading. which is bad as a booktuber. And I don't want to be in this slump. And I'm not in a slump. It's just that the books that I'm reading right now are not the ones that I want to pick up. So there is that. So I am going to kind of let myself Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday just kind of mood read whatever I want. Wednesday I won't be able to read at all because I'm going to be at a convention, but I'm like working, so it's a whole 12-hour day. So that's not gonna happen, but yeah, that's the update for right now. I'll let you know when I do finish Astrid Parker. I am gonna finish it today. I'm hoping to. I think Bree has some sprints going on this afternoon, so I might jump in on those, but I also like need to edit a video, need to like make thumbnails, need to like do all these other things that I don't know, I just don't want to read right now. And, yeah, I'm just a little bit burnt out. So, that is where we're at. I'll talk to you later.
I'm going to go ahead and wrap this vlog up before I go to bed. Because otherwise I will forget to do that. I did not do 7 and 7. 7 and 7 failed. And that's okay. That is okay. I'm a little bit burned out on reading in general. That's not Rom-Com-athon's fault. That's this, like, 33 in August project. All I've been wanting to do is read chunky fantasies. Rom-Com-athon technically goes one more day. It's a Monday to Monday readathon and not a Monday to Sunday readathon, or maybe I just got dates completely mixed up. I don't know, but my vlogs run Monday to Sunday, so that's what we're doing. I am going to let myself just read fantasy tomorrow. That's what I want to read, and so that's what we're going to do. But I did finish 4 books, and I DNF'd 1 more. So, 5 and 7, it's fine. We'll still count it. So, let's talk about it. The first one I finished was Fumbled by Alexa Martin. I gave this one 3 stars. This is a football romance between the wide receiver and his high school girlfriend comes back into the picture. They had actually had a kid together that he didn't know about. And I really liked that dynamic of it. But I wanted more football, right? Like, I like football romances for the football. And she was only at like 1 or 2 games. And yeah, and then also I think that The Right Swipe did, the CTE conversation, the concussion conversation a little bit better, and I didn't love the ending of this book, but still 3 stars. I'm still gonna keep it because my rule is if I give a book 4 or 5 stars, I keep it unless it's in a series. That's in a series and I haven't finished the series yet, and there have been books that I've given 4 stars, so that's fine. I finished My Killer Vacation by Tessa Bailey. I gave this one 2.5 stars. I am going to unhaul this one. This was the group book for Rom-Com-athon, and I kind of had very low expectations going into it. This is about a brother and sister that go on this vacation to this Airbnb, and then there was a murder that happened in the Airbnb, and then, like, so it's like part romance, part cozy mystery, because, you know, she has to do that self-insert thing that all cozy mysteries do, and, like, put herself in the investigation, and she ends up with this romance with this, like, bounty hunter. I thought Taylor, the female, was very obnoxious, and Miles was so possessive, and, like, the insta-love was just not it. Not it! So, 2.5 stars. Gonna be unhauling that one. And then I DNF'd Set on You by Amy Liam. I only gave this one, like, 3 or 4 chapters, let's be honest. I didn't give it much of a chance, but the guy was kind of a dick. Like, to all women in general. And, like, their meet, like, the time that they meet, he's such an asshole to her. And I'm like, I get hate to love, right? But this is so far beyond that. I couldn't do it. I could not handle it. We weren't here for it. So I DNF'd that also. Albus Dumbledore. Albus Dumbledore. What? No. I finished Thank You for Listening by Julia Whelan. I listened to this on an audiobook because Julia Whelan does narrate it. She's one of my favorite audiobook narrators. And I thought this was a really good story. It's about this actor turned audiobook narrator that starts this, like, correspondence with her other narrator that she's going to be working with for a romance. And it's just so funny. Like, you get to read the emails back and forth. They're hilarious. They're, like, very flirty. And it's a lot of fun, right? And then also there's this, like, little, like, side thing. She ends up, like, having this one night stand with a guy. Turns out the guy is the other narrator, because they hadn't met in person, right? They end up being the same person. I love the fact that we didn't lean into the miscommunication trope and, like, get mad at the fact that they were you know, lying to each other essentially about who they were. That could have been just really corny and like, wouldn't have, like, it would have just been boring, right? So I'm really glad she didn't do that. I love the disability rep in here. The reason why she went to narrating in the first place is because she was like skydiving, I think. And ended up getting hit in the face with the propeller of the plane and lost her eye. So she couldn't act anymore, so she went into audiobook narration. Really, really like that disability rep. I also really liked the conversations about dementia. Her grandmother was going into a memory care unit, and I felt like that was really relatable and very accurate. So really appreciated that. So gave this one 4 stars. Liked it. I liked it. I will be keeping it. I just hauled it. I just got it for my birthday. And then lastly, I finished Astrid Parker Doesn't Fail by Ashley Herring Blake. This one took me way too long to read, but that was the thing towards the end of the week. I loved it when I was in the book, but I was just not wanting to read in general, right? And I don't, that's not the book's fault by any stretch of the imagination. This book was 5 stars. I'm not going to tell you whether or not this book is better than Delilah. I cannot do that. I can't do that, sorry. But I loved it. Astrid is relatable. So relatable. As someone who came out later in life and is only now realizing that a lot of the things that I thought and felt in high school were not hetero, and like people who are not bisexual or not gay don't have those thoughts and feelings, I really related to Astrid, and I also just related to like how type A she was. She's very much me. I really like. And I also love Jordan. She is adorable. She's precious. I definitely love these two. I will be pre-ordering this. It comes out in November. You should go pick it up. If you like Delilah, I think that you'll like this one as well. So, okay, so that was Rom-Com-athon. It's a little bit of a bust, but like still finished 4 books, DNF'd another one. We're gonna count it as like a mini win, but it was not 7 and 7. I should have like that's definitely something you don't just like do on a whim, right? You have to kind of be a little bit smart about it. And I was not, because I've been doing basically 7 and 7 all month, or most of the month, and I'm done. So we're gonna get back into some chunky books. If I don't finish any more this month, great. I've read a lot of books this month. So, anyways, that's all I have for you today. Let me know if you participated in Rom-Com-athon and what your favorite book of the week was. That is all I have for you today. If you're new here and you have not yet subscribed, there's a little red button that you can do so down below the video, and all the other links to my social media will be in the description below if you would like to be my friend on any other platform. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.